Welcome to episode 108 of the Conflict, and we have some very, very important news to discuss, which is that at the time of recording, we are at 8:04 p.m. And the three of us, yes, there's the three of us here. There's Akash, Prashant, and myself here. The three of us said we will start recording at 8 p.m. We have started the recording of this podcast on time for the first time in history, guys.
That's an achievement.
I mean, it's great. I feel like I need to say we did start 4 minutes late.
Yeah,
So
but
we weren't
it's an
technically on
improvement.
time, but it's the most on time we've ever been.
But I'll tell you
And
what, 4 minutes late.
Big thanks to Mukesh for allowing that to happen.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
we could have done it without his support.
This
We
all comes
couldn't have-
down.
We couldn't have done it with him.
Yeah. It's all thanks to Muki.
His absence.
Or the lack of Muki that this has happened. But
Yeah.
you know what? Okay, wait. You're saying that you want to say we are 4 minutes late, but honestly, 4 minutes is nothing compared to like the times when we've started 15 minutes late, 20 minutes late, 30 minutes late, in some cases 45 minutes late.
Hence
In
the
most
green tea.
cases, 45 minutes late.
Yeah.
But it is amazing. But late hota. You know, like we are slightly late. We're not like Mukesh late.
But
We aren't on time.
the late is also because we had to like make sure that sound check was done and all of that, so little like technical this thing.
Okay,
It's not like my
Amogh, we'll
Bluetooth
say-
headphones are not working. Our technical issues are okay, everything is plugged in, let's just do one final check. If everything works and cool,
Yeah,
you're good to
that's
go.
true.
It's not like, hey, I don't know how to start my computer. I don't know what recording is. What is this technology?
What is hello, okay Google, what is Bluetooth? But that's the okay Google is probably too advanced for Mukesh.
Yeah, okay, Google.
He calls you and says, okay, Amogh, what is
Yeah.
Bluetooth?
Oh man, Mukesh, we love him, we miss him. Not.
it's not.
I'm sure there's a bunch of our listeners who are also not going to miss him. He's been receiving a lot of hate from you guys, by the way, all our
What?
listeners. Yeah, there's some of you who absolutely hate him. You know who we're talking about. Don't hate on the guy, guys. He might be a little annoying at times, but he's still like quite sweet. Yeah,
Sweet,
he's our own. He's one of our own. He's one of the
I
few.
mean, sure, he comes half an hour late.
But
Yeah.
still,
I mean, sure, he
But
supports
yeah, I
Liverpool, but still.
Yeah. I mean, sure, he's the only one who's actually not gotten a mic yet,
Yeah.
but it's fine.
And sure, he's generally like irresponsible and doesn't know anything about technology and doesn't move ahead with the times and can be really, really annoying at times because of all of the above said reasons. But हाँ यार, it's like that kurkure
We
thing.
don't hate him.
टेढ़ा है पर मेरा है, चूतिया है पर हमारा चूतिया है. Yes, I think we should stop with the Mukesh bitching for a little while because there's a lot of
Yeah,
football.
he's not dead. Let's not be like, Liverpool fans and Virgil van
Yeah.
Dijk.
Van
Let's
Dijk,
just
yeah, thank you.
talking
Yes,
about Mukesh
yes.
just because he's not there for some time.
candle march for Van Dijk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I want to know is why he's not here tonight. I want to know why. Because all he messaged for the listeners, like on our WhatsApp group, all he did was something unexpected has come up, right? Like that was the message he said.
Unexpected travel. Yeah.
Unexpected travel. Yes. He said there's
Yeah,
some
something like that.
unexpected travel. And therefore he's unable to make it for this episode. I can't wait for the next episode where we find out why.
I think the unexpected travel was that he sat down to record, then he was like, आज मैं दुकान से green tea लेके आना भूल गया. That is an unexpected travel for me.
Yeah.
I refuse to do it.
Yeah, how can I do a podcast without my favorite green tea? How is it possible? You know what's weird though?
What?
Every time, like for all these months that we've been recording remotely, he has not once had green tea.
Yeah. He's not. It was only
He-
when we were in person together
Yeah.
doing it.
Because when we were in person doing it, we used to do it in Amogh's office where he could ask the office boy to make him.
Yeah.
Well, he could. Let me correct myself. He could ask Prashant to ask the office boy
Yeah,
to make green tea because Prashant was always the middleman.
yeah.
But now he would have to unexpectedly travel to the kitchen, make it, and then travel back. So I
No,
guess
he'd have to ask his sister to ask his mother to make the green tea.
that's true.
Who
So
will
that
reply saying that paneer bhurji bana hai, podcast jali khatam kar, aaja.
yeah. Right. Shall we talk some football? Because
Yes, finally.
this is the football podcast. Lest we forget,
Yeah.
this is not bitch about Mukesh while he is not here podcast. Although that is a podcast we
That
should
would be
start.
good fun.
Should.
Yeah,
Really
yeah.
Good fun.
interesting.
Every episode will start on time, guys. Recording will start on time. How amazing. We
Yeah.
can call it the on time, no Mukesh on time podcast.
Yeah. Like, fuck, like that podcast will never have extra time. No penalties. Like that should be the, you know how like when we were thinking of the name for this podcast, we said let's talk about some obscure football terminology
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
in this podcast. We had indirect free kick as one of the options. I remember, Akash.
We did. We did.
It just wasn't phonetic enough. Right. Let's talk about football on this football podcast. There was no FPL and EPL action, but there was FA Cup action. And there's always the magic of the cup, yes. But, you know, it's just, it does sometimes. It does sometimes get a little annoying to watch because there's no FPL angle to it. Like you feel like, oh fuck, like this player scored. I have him in my team. So many times this happened. Oh, I have him in my team. And then you realize a few moments later, yeah, it doesn't count for fuck. You know, it doesn't make any difference. And then invariably in the next Premier League fixture, that player will fuck up at blank. So you're just like, fuck, why couldn't these game weeks be interchanged?
I like that you're annoyed with a 149-year-old competition because
absolutely.
there's no FPL angle to it, man. I mean,
Absolutely.
sure, it's the oldest footballing competition in the world, but
FPL.
मेरे को points कैसे मिलेगा?
Correct. No, but much like Mukesh, the FA Cup also needs to move ahead with time.
That's true. Well, yeah,
Move
I
ahead
agree with you on that.
with technology and gamify the whole thing for us end users to enjoy. Yes, it's the oldest cup competition, and you know all that. There is a certain magic attributed to it, and for all the bitching that we might do about the FA Cup, we don't want it to go away. It does provide a very interesting sort of footballing matchup.
It also does provide hope that Everton could potentially maybe this season win a trophy.
Yeah. You know,
That
if
hope
it
never lasts.
if it weren't for that last point, I was going to say the FA Cup is basically like Mukesh. Really old fashioned, quite inconvenient.
Hasn't kept up with technology.
Hasn't-
No, there is VAR.
There is VAR,
That's
but
VAR.
There
but
is VAR.
but still, you know, like you still have replays. I mean, not right now because of
Yeah.
the pandemic, but
I mean,
once everything,
finally,
Yeah,
whatever
once-
it took, those replays are terrible.
but I have a feeling once everything goes back to normal, the replays will come back because tradition.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know.
I'm very sure it won't come back because even apart from the coronavirus, for really long, so many managers, Jose Mourinho
Yeah.
mainly, has bitched about FA Cup replays so often because again his teams usually end up with a draw and then have to struggle in the second
Yeah,
leg.
yeah.
But it's been a sore point for managers for quite a while now. So I don't think we'll see the comeback of replays. I think we're done with replays.
Well, that I mean,
The
one
only way you would watch a replay was if you watched a replay of an FA Cup match from last.
Yeah,
That would be a replay.
in the truest sense of the word. Sadi mein sadi, parag sadi. Replay mein replay, parag.
Wow.
Fuck off! Don't wah that, Krishna. That's the oldest joke in the world. Fucking bullshit. Let's start with Man United versus Watford. It was an emotional time for Odion Igalo facing his old employers.
I just thought because like he saw a football pitch and he was like
that's
getting
true.
onto a
That
football
also.
pitch in
But
a while.
he didn't. This is what happened, right? So obviously in the pre-match conference, Solskjaer spoke about how it was an emotional time for Odion Igalo, the chance to play against his old team and all of that. And he said he will be involved. And his involvement was sitting on the bench. So he saw his
cheerleader. He was involved in the form of a cheerleader.
Yeah, he saw his old teammates, some of whom are still there, and that was fun. And I mean, it's fine. Like, nobody's merited a place in the team. It's not like Odion Igalo is the best player in the world. I love the guy to bits because of how he's helped us in our time of need. But there are better
How
options.
involved he's been, you mean?
Yeah, how involved he's been. And I firmly believe that a player's value is not just the value that he brings to the football pitch in the 90 minutes that he may or may not play in, but it's also everything else that he adds to the club, the bond that he creates in the dressing room.
Don't let Mukesh hear you say that, because then again he'll be talking about how Van Dijk for 75 million was a bargain. Because it's about the bond, Amogh. It's about the bond, man.
I was thinking Mukesh would equate himself to Odion Igalo.
It's the bond that he brings within this team.
Yeah, he's like, man, I keep you guys together, man. I'm the cool one.
He's so sorely mistaken.
Yeah,
Poor guy.
Mistaken, yeah.
How delusional.
Yeah,
it's almost like he's a Liverpool fan.
But yes, it was Scott McTominay who grabbed the headlines because he was captaining the side for the very first time in his career. Harry Maguire, of course, dropped to the bench for a much-needed rest, and Scotty McTominay took the captain's armband, and he really loves early goals, doesn't he? Because he did 2 of those against Leeds in the Premier League. And again, this time, within 5 minutes, he was scoring a header, a lovely header from an Alex Telles corner. And he said, I'm 6'4". I should be scoring more headers. Well done, Scotty. Like, just Scott McTominay seems like the kind of guy, you know those dogs who are like massive but don't know they're massive. Like Great Danes will make it a point to try and jump up on the couch or jump up on the bed and sleep on your lap, which is okay when they're a puppy. But a fully grown Great Dane can't really do that. And there's no way of communicating that with them. Scott McTominay feels like that, who's just realizing his size. He's like, yeah, like, maybe I should score more headers. Maybe that's a part of my game I should work on. Fuck it, I never knew that.
So far, Scotty doesn't know. Now he's figured out that he needs to score headers. So far, he didn't know.
Scotty does know now. Scotty does know. Jesse Lingard also got a very, very, very rare start. In
shop window.
It's the shop window. Correct, right? He's definitely on his way out. I feel bad for the guy. Again, he's one of our own. Feel really bad, but I really honestly, for that very reason, hope he does find a good club. Because if he goes to a smaller club, maybe in the Premier League, maybe even in the Championship, I think he can rediscover his best form and give his career that extra dimension that it's so badly needs.
One sec. He had a best form?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, there were times.
Really?
There were times.
He had moments.
No, he's had a great
I should
run
clarify. I'm saying on the football pitch, not on the web.
No, on the football pitch only. On the football pitch only.
Hasn't he always been very hot and cold?
No. He's enjoyed a good run of starting appearances under both Louis van Gaal and Solskjaer.
Starting appearances, yes, but not
like really
good performances.
No, he's contributed. Yeah, he's contributed with goals. He's contributed with
your
assists.
Words say one thing, but when your tone is like, no, he's not. It's like you're. That's
the thing about being a United fan, right? No matter how bad the player, we will defend our own, unless they're Angel Di Maria, because he's a fucking snake. But I think Jesse has talent, and I think that given the right surroundings,
again, I must ask, on the football pitch?
Yes, definitely on the football pitch.
The web.
No, on the football pitch only. He's got talent, and I think that if he moves to a team that's a little weaker than Man United, I think he can rediscover his best form.
So, like Arsenal.
Yeah, maybe Arsenal. I mean, that happened with Danny Welbeck. But I was thinking more of Derby County, man, because Derby County, I think, are appointing Wayne Rooney as permanent manager.
Right.
So, that might be really interesting because Rooney and Lingard have played together. They know each other very well. And Derby County just seems like, that sort of an exciting project that Lingard could really add to. I mean, it would be really great for a player like Lingard to go down to the championship to Derby County and help them secure promotion and get them back into the Premier League and then help, cement their position in the Premier League. If I was Jesse Lingard, I would 100% be thinking about that as a prospective career opportunity.
I can see the tweet already. Wayne Rooney saying, "Hey, do you want picking up in the morning, pal?" And Jesse
uh,
Lingard replying by Instagram stories.
yeah. With some god awful dance move. But yes, somebody else who needs to be dancing is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang because he got on the score sheet. Arsenal winning
Finally.
2-0 against Newcastle. Of course, they had to go to extra time for that to happen because in the 90 minutes it was still 0-0. And in extra time it was Emile Smith-Rowe who's just the name on everybody's lips right now. Opening the scoring and then Aubameyang adding the second. And I think, guys, we've cracked it. The problem with Aubameyang is that he needs more than 90 minutes to score. He can't score in the 90 minutes of a match. He needs 90 minutes to just warm up. And then in extra time is when he'll score. So for all you FPL nuts over there, sell Aubameyang now because there's no chance he's scoring in the Premier League. So he's not scoring for your FPL team. Get him out right now.
One thing I know about Aubameyang scoring in this game was that as soon as he scored, his first thought was, why couldn't someone big have died this week, man? Like that's the first thought he had, and he was like, "It's okay, I'll just like be cool and not celebrate much."
Yeah. You think he had the Maradona tee underneath his shirt still? Because it'd be nice if he did.
It would have been hilarious if he did.
It would be. I think he had it, and then somebody, like Kieran Tierney, who's like complete no nonsense. The kind of guy who will take a Tesco bag into the stadium when he's going in. He'd be like, "Are you fucking mad, Pierre? Like, you fucking mental. Stop doing that shit." And Aubameyang would have had to listen to him. But Emile Smith-Rowe does look good, and I think he's going to get a lot more chances in the first team basis this performance because obviously he's started a lot more games of late, and this goal kind of just caps off a wonderful few weeks for the youngster. I think he's making a proper claim for a first team spot.
Yeah, I think he's really gunning for it.
Oh. Prashant says very little, but when he does say things, they are of amazing quality. Amazing fun. Kya baat hai? On the other side, Sheffield finally managed to win a game. Unfortunately, that won't really help them in the quest to stay in the Premier League.
They all went 3 points. And Wilder was like, "No, guys, no, we just qualify for the next round. We have to play one more game this season."
Yeah.
No, but still a good thing for them. I mean, still fight somewhere.
Yeah, but it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, though. It wasn't easy because Bristol Rovers did give them a tough fight. And I just love what the Sheffield United Twitter said. After the game, it was they put up a picture of Chris Wilder celebrating his 100th win, I think, as Sheffield United boss. So very nicely done to change the narrative and just throw a little bit of hope into what is quite obviously a dreary season. So kind of well done, Sheffield United social media manager for that one.
But imagine how long he's had to wait for this 100th win.
Yeah,
because this entire season, basically, do you know how did they do in the Carabao Cup? I don't know if they won any games in the Carabao Cup.
I don't think so.
But he's probably just all of off season. He was like one more win, and then I reached triple digits for Sheffield.
Yeah,
and then here we are, more than 18 games into the season, and now he's got it. I wonder if that'll feel like a weight lifted off his shoulders, and suddenly we'll start seeing Sheffield doing well.
I mean, I would
Actually, I don't think that's going to happen the way Sheffield's been playing.
We thought about it for a second and
Who am I kidding?
Jolted back to reality, being like, no, that's not going to happen. But let's talk about Everton.
Too unrealistic. I mean, I'd rather put money on Leicester winning the league.
Yeah. But let's talk about Everton. Everton winning 2-1 at Rotherham. With Cenk Tosun getting on the score sheet. How is he still playing for Everton?
Shop window. He's like, look, we have this player. Hello, you guys remember? We have this player. Cenk Tosun, you want to buy him off of us?
Are there any rumors surrounding him? Is there any sort of interest?
Loans?
Guess who wants him? Sam Allardyce. Who else?
Of course.
So there have been rumors linking him to West Brom. A few linking him to Fenerbahce as well. So let's see. He actually got on the score sheet twice. The second time it was taken away from him for offside. I think 87th minute. He got onto the end of a header. I think Luca Dean's cross. Good header. Like, I think his spray on hair was slightly offside. So Rotherham took us to extra time, which was annoying. But Cenk Tosun scored, played without lots of players. Luca Dean made his comeback.
Yeah.
Which is amazing because he wasn't expected back for another 6 weeks. So he went through a really bad ligament tear and a fracture of the shin.
Yikes.
And he was supposed to be out for 3 months. And he said, you know what, balls, I'm going to come back in 10 weeks. And then he said, I'll be back in 8 weeks. And then 6 weeks after his injury, he was back on the pitch. It's amazing. Ancelotti said it's magical. So it was quite shit how poor Everton played. But speaking of Cenk...
Wait. You had a player coming back from like a ligament tear and fracture. Cut them some slack.
Yeah, but there were lots of players who didn't come back from injuries. I mean, it's still Rotherham. We really struggled.
You think that's something Carlo Ancelotti tells his players, being like the Italian boss, that he is going full mafioso on players who are not performing? Hey, if you play like this, you will not return from injury, if you know what I mean. You will sleep with the fishes. Like Luca Brasi.
What do you think has been happening to Fabian Delph all these years?
But I want to know what is happening in that Everton physios and medical department, because Andre Gomes came back from like a clean fracture earlier than expected.
Very early, yeah.
Luca Dean now with a ligament tear and
with Andre Gomes, I have a theory which we haven't really discussed, but I feel like the real Andre Gomes is still sitting with a broken leg somewhere, and this is just someone they've got who looks the same. Because the football skill, it just doesn't match anymore. Andre Gomes pre-injury and post-injury is...
Bro, he had a fracture. It's going...
I know. I get it. I know. And I get that.
As somebody who has had multiple fractures yourself...
I know, but my consistency level, I have always been consistently poor. I've been very consistent in how shit I've been as a footballer. But the big controversy to come out of the Everton game was for the second. I'm not sure, but I think it was the second goal which was disallowed by VAR. Cenk Tosun scored and then went and celebrated, and his celebration was something like this, which is not really the devil's horns, but like a shadow puppet rabbit, like a fox or a wolf.
Yeah.
Right. Supposedly, it is a sign for Turkish right-wing fascist organization.
What?
Cenk Tosun has always been very pally with Erdogan and is right-wing. But as per Everton Twitter,
he might be right wing, and he's been played in that position many times, and he's been quite shit there. He should be played as a striker.
He should.
Yeah. But fucking what kind of right-wing Turkish fascists are using a shadow puppetry sign as their official sign? Like what the fuck is the right-wing world coming down to? Like this is ये हम लोग मतलब बचपन में करते थे. ये क्या है? This was our pastime when we were 7.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
it's
it's
George
the
के
fucking
साथ.
dog or something.
and now it's the fucking symbol of right-wing propaganda. What the fuck? How are people voting for these fuckers?
Allegedly.
Turkish-
So as soon as he
right-wing.
did that celebration, Twitter blew up with these rumors. So once the game was over, Everton put out a statement saying we have spoken to Cenk Tosun about it, and he has confirmed that the celebration was not political.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
I mean, like I can totally imagine that conversation and Cenk Tosun going, "What? Right wing? Who? Wolves? What? No." It's like that. Who is that player who made a Nazi salute and said, "There's something called Nazis"? I don't know.
there was
There
somebody. The name just slips me, but yeah, I know what
was
you're
it
talking
Wayne
about.
Hennessy?
Could be.
Maybe. So it was like that. But now apparently the FA is investigating it. And in my head, I was just like, dude, please don't get banned because then Everton can't sell you. They're stuck with you for another 6 months.
Uh,
Just like Everton need to sell him before he gets banned
yeah.
or injured.
Yeah, it'll be the worst thing. Like, you've heard of players failing medicals, but this would be like next level. Also, like, I'm just saying,
He failed political science.
I'm just saying, like, with the number of signs and symbols that a player, I mean, okay, let's just put this on the table. Football players are also human, and you do hold them to a much higher standard than most people because they're public figures. Yes, but it is a free world, and people are free to choose their political allegiances no matter how fucked up they are. And of course, they will be lambasted for those allegations, which is also fair. But I'm just saying, like, if you're going to celebrate with fucking symbols of atrocious right-wing violent propaganda, you should be banned and you should be carded, and that is a reckoner that needs to be given to the referee, saying, okay, these are all the symbols that are blacklisted. Because I
Yeah.
find it absolutely bullshit that a player can get a straight yellow card for taking his shirt off and
and for something like
celebrating.
this,
But somebody can do a Nazi salute and not be reprimanded for that. It just bonkers.
Because
Like,
he said he didn't know. He said, I need to learn about Nazis.
yeah, man, you needed to learn about them in school when the rest of your class did. It was a part of fucking 7th standard syllabus. Or whatever standard it is in the UK where or wherever you studied. But it's ridiculous. Quickly moving on to Aston Villa before we head into a break. Aston Villa faced Liverpool in the cup. Of course, they lost 4-1. Can't really fault them because, of course, like, the entire Aston Villa dugout has been ravaged by COVID-19 in the recent outbreak, and they had to play all the kids. I think even Dean Smith and John Terry were not on the sidelines because even they were isolating. And
But inside news, John Terry was isolating in full kit.
yeah,
Just in solidarity.
yeah. I just hope he was not isolating with Wayne Bridges' wife, because he's done that before, and that caused a lot of problems. John, get over it. Uh, but the highlight of the match, I think, was 17-year-old Louis Barry, who got on the score sheet for Aston Villa, scoring a lovely solo effort. And just the celebrations after that were fantastic to watch, with everybody just piling on him and just genuinely feeling happy for the 17-year-old. He's got a bright future ahead of him. But did you see James Milner's reaction?
No.
So as soon as Louis Barry scored the goal, the cameras turned to James Milner, who was furious. He was I couldn't see who he was shouting at, but he was clearly shouting at some of the defenders whose mistakes kind of led to the goal, because there wasn't a strong enough tackle that was put in on Louis Barry as he went on that impressive solo run. And James Milner's just fucking shouting, what the fuck are you doing? You fucking get him down, like whatever, just going at it. And James Milner gave no fucks. I'm sure he was shouting, so what if he's fucking 17 and making his debut? break a leg. So what if you're 3-0 up? Kill the bastard.
And I don't mean good luck.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, let's see what happens with Aston Villa, because of course, like a lot of the Premier League fixtures in this game week are also rescheduled, as very
So
recent report suggested.
I heard that their next game, I'm not sure who it was against, but I think the next game is supposed to be against Liverpool, which in all likelihood is going to get pushed. Oh no, it wasn't again. The next one's not against Liverpool, but whoever they're playing this week is
Yeah.
going to get pushed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So who knows? It feels like COVID's really making it problematic to play football again.
Yeah.
But I don't understand, why did Manchester City get their game pushed, or why did
Yeah.
Tottenham Hotspur get a bye, but why were Aston Villa not given
No, that's
extra time to play the
something
game?
that Scott Parker at Fulham is also quite unhappy about, because what's happening is Spurs. I think Spurs were supposed to play Villa, and their game got pushed. But
Right.
instead of them both not playing the weekend, Spurs are playing Fulham in the coming game week, so they've rescheduled that. And Scott Parker's absolutely furious because he selected his cup team on the basis of not playing this week, because
Right.
it was kind of obvious that Aston Villa would not be able to play Spurs.
Hmm.
And as protocol would suggest, Spurs would also not play in this game week. So he's a little pissed off. And yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of discrepancies in the way the schedule has been altered basis this. And apparently you're supposed to be able to fulfill a game if you can field 14 players from your first team, under 23s, as well as under 18s. Now, are you seriously
Exactly.
telling me that none of these teams have
Has
14
enough, yeah.
players that can come in and sit in the dugout and be a part of the match day squad across all
I mean,
three
Manchester
rosters?
City.
Yeah,
Manchester City, one of the teams with the deepest squad,
yeah.
were allowed to get the match pushed. So I just don't understand what the prerequisites are.
Yeah, it's quite unfair. It's really unfair. But all we can say is we just hope that all the players and staff members from all the clubs that have been affected by COVID-19 kind of recover really fast and are fit to play again, because that means we have stuff to talk about, which we will on the other side of this episode, because it is time to take a break.
Oh, yeah, wait. Before you take a break, while we're on Aston Villa and Liverpool, I want to give the two of y'all a chance. So since Mukesh is not here, we won't be playing the game today. But I have two questions regarding the Liverpool and Aston Villa game. If you get the answers right, you guys can get 3 points and get a lead on. Well, Amogh can get a lead on Mukesh. You can try and
I
catch
already
up
have a lead.
You can
Prashant.
try.
You can try. So, now we know Aston Villa had a completely new lineup, all kids. What was the lowest squad number on the entire team sheet?
Was it
Aston
47?
Villa? Prashant, your guess? If you get it bang on, you get 3 points. Whoever's closest gets 1 point.
20?
No, so Prashant is way off the pace, just like in the game in general.
Damn it.
Amogh, you were quite close. It was 37.
Right.
Damn.
There was a Mungo Bridge playing in defense who was 37, which was the smallest number on the back of any Aston Villa player.
Wow.
What was the highest number in the starting lineup?
I think it was in the 80s, 81 or something.
Prashant?
I don't know. 60?
So, Amogh, you say 81, Prashant says 60. The number was actually 70. So Prashant is just slightly closer to it. So he gets a 1 point.
Yeah.
So both of you get one additional point, and Mukesh can cry his eyes out.
Absolutely. And on that note, it is time to take a break. On the other side, we talk about Marine versus Spurs and Leeds losing to Crawley. See you on the other side. Welcome back to the Corner Flag, ladies and gentlemen. And before we begin the second half, Prashant, where should our listeners go to on the internet?
Thecornerflag.in.
Nice. And Akash, once they're there, what should they do?
They should go and donate some money to us.
And how do they do that, Akash?
There's a green button that says donate. You go over there and you put in your payment details and you give us a nice big donation, and then we'll talk about you on the podcast. We'll give you a little bit of a testimonial on the podcast, and that can be your special own episode just for you.
Absolutely. So please do donate. It really helps us, and it'll really mean a lot to us. Also, if you can't donate, we understand. But what you can do for free is go to Apple Podcasts and give us a 5-star review. I cannot stress how important this is because it really, really helps us climb the charts in Apple Podcasts. And if we do that, a lot more listeners can discover the podcast. So if you like what we do, if you're a regular listener, just go and write us a 5-star review. It'll literally take you 5 minutes and it will mean a whole lot to us. Right. Now, before we go to the next segment, we also have to announce the winner of our Budweiser #644 Messi competition.
#644.
Woohoo! Sponsors आ गए और sponsors ने हमें बोला है कि किसी को तो मिलेगा merchandise. And the person who has sent in the entry that we have selected that is going to win the merchandise is, drum roll please, it's Piyush Puri. Not hashtag, @PiyushPuri12 on Instagram. Piyush, congratulations for winning the Budweiser merch. Budweiser India will get in touch with you soon. We'll also get in touch with you to figure out the logistics of how to send this across to you.
And you can also get in touch with us just to say hi.
Yeah, that's also, we'd love that.
Always welcome.
Yeah, absolutely. So yes, congratulations, Piyush Puri. Well done. Of course, we'll be doing a lot more contests in the near future, so keep an eye out for those. And with that, Prashant, let's have some questions. Questions with the Corner Flag.
Dude, answers also, huh?
Okay. Our first question is by Tranquilizer. Says, is it the right time to delete FPL account?
Every time is the right time to delete the FPL account. It's something that we battle with week on week. But I would say, hold on, give it a few more weeks. And
I'm sure it'll frustrate you more in a few weeks.
Don't give up now. Let it frustrate you really.
When you have a very bad double game week.
Yeah,
I think week 19 is a double game week.
Yeah, much like triple captaining Michail Antonio. You need to pull off something as ridiculous as that, and
then
be completely
and
be completely slapped in the face by the FPL overlords for doing something as dumb as that. And that's when you delete the FPL.
Okay. Next question is by Kabir Sony 21.
Hey, tera bhai hai kya?
Oh shit, I didn't think about that. Kidhar hai Kabir? Acha, Kabir says thoughts on Solskjaer, saying that Jan transfers are not likely and its effects on our title chances. I'll take that again because that doesn't feel like a question. Sorry.
Take it again.
Thoughts on Solskjaer, saying that Jan transfers are not likely and its effects on our title chances.
I am not too concerned about it because I think we strengthened quite well in the summer transfer window. So I don't really think we need to heavily reinforce right now, because I'm hoping in the second half of the season, both Facundo Pellistri and Amad Diallo will be bedded in well enough to make a contribution to the first team. So I am not as worried. Also, I think the reason why Solskjaer is saying this is because January transfers are monumentally difficult. So he's just trying to temper expectations there, just trying to tell all the GGMU Red Devil forever type Man United fans that yaar Jadon Sancho nahi aane wala hai January. So don't even think
the rumors
about,
back up.
Yeah, just forget about it. No big name signing is going to happen. It will be, basic reinforcements like an Odion Igalo or something, if at all, or some more youngsters to kind of bed into the team, if at all. But yeah, I'm not too concerned. Yeah, just get more deadwood out, open up the funds, and get the club in a respectable shape.
Okay. Rubino's got a question. He says, "Will Mourinho bring Tottenham their first silverware by winning the EFL?"
Quite possible.
That would be interesting.
First,
No?
matlab, they have won something recently. 2000.
Not
Didn't they win
recently.
They haven't.
the Carling Cup? I
It was
think
a while
in
ago.
late 2000s.
Hmm.
Late 2000s, I think.
Yeah, which was 10 years ago, Akash. It's quite old. A decade ago.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, I was just thinking from like how long have other teams' title trophy droughts been? Everton has a much longer one. So
Yep.
12 years seems much shorter than 25. So I was like, it's not been that long. Like,
True.
tell me when it's been 25 years.
Yeah.
But
Or
no,
30
Manchester
in the
City.
case of Liverpool.
Manchester City.
No, I think
Oh,
Spurs,
yeah,
I
it was
think Mourinho will get one over Guardiola again. I feel like it can happen. Although Guardiola's Man City is starting to look really
coming in shape.
really threatening now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but I think Mourinho's within a shout, yeah.
Okay.
Let's.
Should I? Sorry.
Yeah.
Next one's by Krishiv25. He says, "Tell me your January signings for your clubs and which player you wish go sold in the Jan windows."
Start off. I'll go last. Prashant, you start off.
I don't want to buy players. Fuck that. We've already put a lot of money. Are you fucking kidding me? It's like a suicide mission. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Who would you sell then?
I don't know. Kovacic? I would probably remove Kovacic.
Not fucking
Who? Giroud?
Kurt Zuma.
No. Zuma.
Zuma's doing quite well.
I think Zuma's like I said, no, he's like that little tudda who comes through, heads it, and fucks off back.
He's cute. Very
He
cute.
scored
very
a
cute.
couple of good headers also. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's been
like-
contributing goals.
Yeah. Very cute.
Calm
very
down,
cute.
bro. Don't take it personally. You'll get him back. Don't worry. We'll give you more.
What about Everton, Akash?
Oh, sell. Oh,
Everyone.
Where do I begin? Cenk Tosun, Bernard, Bolasie, Besic. There's been a few.
Wait a
rumors.
second. Besic and Bolasie are still under Everton contracts? What
Yes,
the
they are
actual
both.
fuck?
Neither of them are in the squads. They haven't been registered at all. But they're still on the payroll. I think they both have about 6 months or so remaining on their contract. So get rid of all of them. And I think what we really need, there were a couple of rumors linking us to Max Aarons. That was quite exciting. I don't see it happening now because Norwich are gunning for promotion. So in Jan, I don't know, maybe a couple of loan signings. We definitely need a good backup striker, someone to put some pressure on Calvert-Lewin. I don't know who. Milik from Napoli is being linked. The Sami Khedira links won't die out. So I don't know who's going to come in, but lots of deadwood that needs to be shipped out so that the summer transfer window can be a big one.
Nice. I think for me, the players I'd like to sell, fucking pehle Phil Jones ko nikalo yaar. How long has he been in the club injured? Like he's basically single-handedly making sure that the medical department at Man United have jobs. And that's not a good thing. I'd like my doctors to be fairly chilled out.
Useless and jobless.
Yeah. And I think Romero and Rojo are going to go anyway because Solskjaer has made it clear that their contracts are not going to be renewed. So their time is most definitely up. It's just a case of them finding clubs in this period or, well, going for free at the end of the season. Phil Jones, Marcos Rojo, Sergio Romero, Jesse Lingard should get a move out as well. And I think that should be
Pogba?
enough. No, Pogba can stay. Pogba can still
He'll
contribute.
probably go at the end of the season.
Yeah, Pogba,
Maybe.
you won't get good value for him right now. End of the season, maybe, depending on how the second half of the season treats him. In terms of who we should get, man, Max Aarons is somebody who was linked to us as well. So a nice attacking right back could put some pressure on Wan-Bissaka, and maybe not displace him from the first team, but at least get him to cross a lot better and focus on his attacking side.
But which is why I feel like, I mean, sure, United is a bigger club, but Max Adams will get more starting opportunities or more game time at Everton than he will at United.
But you know what could be interesting? If Max Adams does sign for United, then a system that Ole could play a lot more frequently is a 3-5-2. Because you can have
With wing backs.
You can have Wan-Bissaka as the right centre half, Maguire in the centre, and Eric Bailly / Victor Lindelof on the left. Put either Luke Shaw or Alex Telles on the left and put Max Adams on the right wing. So that could be interesting, and that's one way that both Wan-Bissaka and Max Adams could play together. But it's interesting. Yeah, let's see. I don't think there'll be any attacking signings at all. But yeah, we need to get some sort of reinforcements in defense a little bit.
All right, that's the questions we've got.
Awesome. Let's talk about the tie of this FA Cup, which was Marine FC versus Tottenham Hotspur. Now, Akash, being a Merseyside team, can you tell us a little bit about Marine FC?
So, Marine FC, I don't know too much about it, but from whatever I figured, they are very close to Liverpool, very close to Everton. They're playing in the 8th tier of English football. And within the 8th tier, they're not doing very, very well, but they're in the 8th tier. So I was just doing a little bit of reading up about this. They're only the second team in the history of the competition to be in the 8th tier and make it this far. The other one being a team that happened about 90 years ago. I can't remember who it was. I forgot the team. But their journey to the 3rd round of the FA Cup has come after 7 games.
Wow.
This was their 8th game. It took them 7 games to get to this point, and obviously Tottenham Hotspur, being a Premier League team, get a direct bye all the way up to this round.
Yeah.
So really, really exciting for the entire squad. I was also doing up a little bit of reading and figuring out who these players are, and it's quite interesting. The manager works for the Railways.
Wow.
He's a former professional footballer who had to cut his career short because he got a very serious injury in his mid-20s. And then since then, he's been coaching and managing mainly non-league teams. Their goalkeeper, Bele Passan, works at a supermarket.
Wow.
James Joyce, the defender, is a manufacturer. David Raven, who's also a defender, actually works as a coach, coaching kids.
Nice.
Danny Shaw, who is playing midfielder, is actually a physiotherapist.
Oh, shit.
James Barrigan, who was one of the forwards, is a bin man.
Oh, man.
Neil Cummins, the other forward, is a teacher. And one of the forwards on the bench, Neil Kengney, is a plumber.
This is a great story.
These were the players going head to head against Jose Mourinho's Tottenham Hotspur starring Gareth Bale.
That's just
what
amazing. That's
what a story.
That is the magic of the FA Cup, right? And it's just such a shame that the pandemic has dampened everything with Marine not able to accommodate fans in their stadium to watch this game, because that would have been one hell of a night were fans allowed in.
But you know another thing that they've done because of this. So since Liverpool and Merseyside was in tier 2 till really recently, Marine FC could sell tickets for this game, and there were about 500 tickets sold. And then only last week Merseyside got upgraded to a tier 3 or a tier 4, so again no fans allowed.
Right.
But what Marine FC have done is that for the next season, all Tottenham Hotspur season ticket holders get 1 free ticket to a Marine FC home game.
Hey, that's
one ticket of their choice, because they're like, look, you guys would have come, it would have been amazing, but you couldn't come now, so 1 game next season is on us.
That's great. So cool.
But what a bunch of Tottenham fans did, which was also really lovely, was that firstly, Tottenham, the team, gave Marine AFC an entire bunch of new kits because due to
Yeah,
COVID protocol,
yeah,
they're not allowed to exchange kits.
yeah.
But what the fans did, what a large chunk of fans did, is they made a GoFundMe account and said whatever money you would spend to travel to Liverpool and spend on your tickets and your booze and your travel and your food, let's donate all of that to the club.
That's so
That's damn good.
sweet. That is so.
So, as per current calculations, this one game that Marine AFC played against Tottenham Hotspur, keeping in mind virtual tickets, because they also sold virtual tickets to the game that were bought, and they sold 20,000 virtual tickets,
Nice.
Wow. Okay.
mainly to Merseyside fans, because Liverpool fans and Everton fans decided that we will support the team. So,
Nice.
lots of tickets bought. And as per Marine AFC's calculations, this one game has made enough money for the club to sustain them for the next 20 years.
That is
What?
fantastic.
With keeping in
What?
mind all the ticket sales, keeping in mind all the charity and the donation that the Spurs fans have done, 20 years worth of revenue has been made by this one game.
That is
Fucking dope.
And
fantastic.
like lots of teams that had their staff furloughed, even Marine AFC had a large chunk of their staff furloughed. By a large chunk, I mean 9 people, which for that club is really
Is
big.
a
Yeah,
large chunk. Yeah,
obviously.
But
yeah.
so they'll be able to bring those people back, and they've managed to make enough money to sustain for 20 years. My only hope is they spend it wisely.
Yeah.
They you know make sure that it actually lasts 20 years and
Yeah.
don't just like buy a
Strippers and
random
cocaine.
expensive
You think what if
or
what if,
that.
what if they buy Lionel Messi? Fuck it. Fuck it. We
Worth
have
it.
enough money.
Worth it.
Fuck it. Because yeah,
You
Messi.
can give him a house right next to
Yeah.
the field.
Yeah, which is cool, right? Because the fence around the Marine FC stadium has numbers on it, so that if the ball goes out, the players know which house to go to get the ball back. And that just reminds me of like my childhood playing cricket or even football, and hitting the ball away. Yeah, uncle, ball, please. Yeah, man, it's so fucking. It's so sweet.
No,
It is so
but
sweet.
Messi would be making assists from his couch. He'd
That's
just keep
true.
his window open. He's
Yeah,
like, "मैं इधर बैठा हूँ.
Yeah.
I'll just put it through."
Did you see that tweet that one of the Marine FC fans put out, which basically said, watching Gareth Bale while leaning out of my window, unreal, and he shared a photo of Gareth Bale on the pitch.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I love these small grounds in the UK, man. Like they have such charm. It's so nice to see.
It would have been amazing to have had this game with fans in there,
yeah.
because it would have been such a wild atmosphere.
Yeah. Quick shout out to Jamie Carragher for the special Marine AFC jersey that I think
Yeah.
he sponsored with the slogan "We're milking it" on it.
No, so I don't know if y'all got the joke with we're milking it on it, but
No.
Carragher didn't sponsor it. Cravendale, the brand that was on the jersey, is the ones who sponsored it. They got Carragher to model it because, again, Merseyside team, Carragher is an Everton fan who's played all his life for Liverpool. But Cravendale is a dairy brand, which is why right below Cravendale, it says, yes, we're milking it.
Nice.
Which I thought was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, really, really good PR.
Very, very cool. On the other side, of course, they lost 5-0, but nobody expected anything else. It would have been nice for Marine to get on the score sheet, but that did not happen. Another team that did not get on the score sheet was Marcelo Bielsa's Leeds, losing 3-0 to Crawley Town. Now, Marcelo Bielsa must be fuming. I can't even begin to imagine what that Leeds dressing room must have been like, because Marcelo Bielsa must have brought out the hairdryer, the dishwasher, the washing machine, the fucking hair straightener, the combs, every household appliance that he could think of must have been brought out. But we have to talk about Mark Wright. Now, Mark Wright was a cast member on a local TV show called The Only Way is Essex. He's a television personality who quit television to become a professional footballer. Now, usually with everything that you've said about the players from Marine FC, they're plumbers and
Yeah.
physios and
Teachers
whatever,
and
teachers, bin men who are like, yeah, you know what, let's play football on the side. But this is a
Right.
television personality who kind of quit television to become a pro footballer, and he's making his debut as a pro footballer for Crawley Town. He made his debut in this game. He came on, I think, in the last minute. And this is the amazing stat record that he has. Mark Wright played 1 minute, attempted 1 pass, completed 1 pass, had 1 touch, 1 win over Marcelo Bielsa.
Perfect touch.
Perfect. It was
Solid.
perfect. It was fucking
He needs to
perfect.
retire.
Yeah, he needs to retire. Go
He
back
needs
to
to retire
television. Mark.
now.
Go
Yeah.
back to television.
One of the most successful and most clinical footballers the world has ever seen.
Absolutely. Also, did you see Crawley manager John Yems after the second goal? He was seen drinking a cup of coffee, which is quite an homage to his counterpart on the night. But well done, Crawley, for defeating Leeds. And we'll just see how Leeds kind of bounce back from this or completely implode in the Premier League on the basis of this result. Right, with that, it's time to go to our final segment of the show, which is fun stuff in football.
This is fun stuff. This is fun stuff. This is fun stuff in football.
All right, this is a slightly older story, but we have to talk about it just because of how amazing this is. All right, a footballer from Royal Antwerp in the Belgian league, Didier Lemkel-Zé, walked into training one day wearing a rival team's jersey. He wore the Anderlecht jersey to training. Obviously, he was stopped at the gate by security. They did not let him in, but he went there in the Anderlecht jersey to kind of force a move from Antwerp to Panathinaikos. Thoughts on this, gentlemen?
I think it's amazing. I mean, that is football shithousery at its best.
At its absolute best. And he's of course, since then apologized for it. He's apologized for doing this. He said he wasn't thinking straight. But,
come on.
We all know, Didier. We all know.
3 points to either of you if you can name who the player on the back of his Anderlecht jersey was.
I think it was Yannic Bolasie.
It was Yannic Bolasie. How random is that? Like, that's the most amount of PR Yannic Bolasie has got in a while.
No, which is why when you said Yannic Bolasie is still on the Everton payroll, I was like, huh? पर मेरे को तो लगा कि वो उधर है. But yes, please add the 3 points to my tally. Please add the 3 points to my tally. It's been a lovely thing, and it's great that players have to do this, and I completely support it. I don't know why they wouldn't let him go. I don't even know if he's one of their main strikers, but for God's sake, guys, let him go. He wants to go to Greece. It's been a long-standing ambition of his. He's from Cameroon. Let him enjoy his life, guys.
He just wants to go to Mykonos and get into a scuffle there.
Hey! We don't speak about that. And yes, it is time for us to end this episode. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening. It's been an absolute blast. If you'd like to get in touch with us and tell us what you thought of this episode or any other episode, you can do so by getting on our social media accounts. You can find Prashant on Instagram at
Pagal Kutte
and on Twitter at
Prash224.
I
It's
think
the
you
other
got
way
that
around.
wrong. Yeah, it's the other way around. I threw you a curveball there. I usually start off with Twitter, but I threw you a
Halfway through, I'm
curveball
like,
there.
I fucked up, but I'm gonna commit to it.
Yeah.
Halfway through, I'm like,
Yeah,
fuck
that's
it, commit.
Commitment is paramount. You can find Akash on Twitter and Instagram at
Chandan Akash. Oh, no, wait. It's the other way around.
No.
Akash Chandan.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Amogh and on Facebook at Amogh Comedy. Also, you can visit the Corner Flag on Twitter and Instagram at the Corner Flag Pod. Do visit our website, which is thecornerflag.in. Do try and donate if you can. If you can't, subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast from. And if you are an Apple Podcast subscriber, please go over there and give us a 5-star review. It really, really helps. Thank you to Kezad Gurda for composing our theme tune. And until next Tuesday, it is goodbye from the three of us. So say bye, Prashant.
Bye-bye.
Say bye, Akash.
Bye, guys.
And it's bye from me.